you know this. I was actually watching your last airing, and I think you were on QVC too, all by your lonesome, so I'm happy that I'm with you tonight. But I was watching, I went to QVC.com just to kind of see, and I was reading up about it and looking at it, and then something popped up, and I wrote it down, and it said, low inventory, don't wait. Here's what's been happening. I think since we brought this in about a couple weeks ago, if I've been watching like Saturday Morning Q or Feel Good Finds, we've seen something called the Pongo 2000. And when we finally got a generator, when we finally got a power station, I should say, for our home, when the lights go out, it was a game changer. And you know what, Lori? Yes, it storms, but it's also, oh, guess what? They're working on the power line so they go down in the middle of the day. You hear about the rolling power outages during heat waves. Have you checked out the heat waves that are going on in all parts of the country right now? The only thing is we're down to final quantities. And I know down here we have the option that you see with the solar panels too, because that's been on fire. Everybody loves that one. If you're getting that one, it's about $248 below what you should be spending here at QVC. But just like the treadmill, this price goes up at the end of the day. And we have 18-month special financing on this. I mean, if we were just talking bill to ship to a parent or a young family with young little ones, the 18-month special financing, if you decide to get the one with the solar panels, that's going to only be $88.88. And the first time you use this, guess how much it is? Priceless. Priceless.
So it's not when or if the power is going to go.
Happen.
It's when we had a car accident knocked out the power for our neighborhood, and my neighbor actually used theirs to make their coffee before they went to work, because you know, how can you go to work without your coffee? So this is brought to you by Pongo. You said exclusive brand to QVC. Power on the go. And just to give people an idea of what it is, we're all used to these power banks, right? They power up your cell phones, your pods. Well, this is a big one that powers up 90% of what's in your home when the power goes out. And it's the strongest that we've ever had at QVC, 2200 watt. It can surge up to 4,000. And inside, the super secret sauce is it's built on the LifePo 4 battery. It's the leading edge lithium battery now. It lasts double the time of the other batteries. It's safer and charges, guess what? This charges in 2 hours via the wall, and it can keep my refrigerator going for 14 hours.
Okay, say that again.
You can charge it in 2 hours. And I'm gonna show you plugging in the refrigerator here in a second. But it 2 hours in the wall or 5 hours using your solar panel, and you've got power for your lamps, your router. You think those kids are gonna really deal with not having the Wi-Fi, or even you if you're working? A fan if it's, you know, during the hurricane storm
a breast pump if you have a brand new baby, right?
A CPAP, 4 nights of a CPAP.
So let's do colors. And I don't know, Alan, if you want to tell me what's left, because I know obviously QVC.com told me low inventory, and that was at about 6 o'clock tonight when I first got to work. So the one in front of me is silver. In the silver, we have about 100 left in the solar power, which has been the most popular. And then if you want the one where you just plug into the wall and 2 hours later it's charged up, we have about 100 left. This one is, and this, by the way, it comes on its own hand truck, so you can take it wherever it needs to go.
With all of them.
Here is your navy blue. Fewer than a dozen in each. So pun intended, we're about to wheel that one out. And then up here we have it in the black. We have about 100 left in each. And you know what? The alternative is having it outside with gas or something.
Generator.
And I mean,
you don't need gas.
Scary.
You don't need oil. You don't need maintenance. And this is safe for inside use. Gas generators are not.
They have to be outside.
Maybe you live in a condo or HOA. You have to turn those off at night because they're noisy
My
and
daughter
loud.
just moved to Florida, and we actually got an email from the place where she lives about hurricane preparedness. And it's like, if you have any type of power, make sure it's charged up and ready to go. Well, it's great to have those small ones, but this is going to do so much. Like, let's talk about that. We have a little bit of an animation that we want to run to show everybody at home.
Then
and by the way, tuck it in your cart and click checkout, because it's about to go.
And what you've got is 90% of these devices, and a lot of it's in our kitchen, right? The coffee makers, the blenders, you know, all of the air fryers, all that can be done because you have so many different ways to plug in. So see here.
More than one. I'm thinking more than one, right?
Well,
maybe
one for your parents, one for you maybe. If, you know, you don't want your loved one ones to be without power. And here you have the 6 grounded AC plugs, and I already have
Can I use all 6 of them at the same time?
Yes, you can use all 6.
Wow.
And then plus, if you look at the front, you have 4 USBs. I have my little iPad in one of them. You have 2 USB-Cs, which are the new ones, and I'm just gonna kind of wake up my screen here. And this easy screen shows you how many hours. So here you can see 37, 36 hours, 89% of the battery is left. And then as I start plugging things in, and let's do it.
Right.
Power goes out, what's your first thought?
Ah!
Well,
no, that's what happens in my family.
Well, that's a good point too.
Well,
Here,
I mean, even though I have adult daughters, if they're all home and the lights go out, we scream.
Look, you need a light, and we've
Right.
given you that light, which is steady, flashing, or even SOS if you're out camping.
That's awesome.
Or something, because could be outdoors.
Before we do more demos, I need to everybody hear something that's happening, because this has been one of the most popular items we've had on the air for the past few weeks, because it's storm season, right?
Right.
But it could just be anything that happens, the rolling power outages. And then think ahead, it could be January when you have a major snowstorm.
Right.
And sometimes you're out of power and it really is not fun. We know that. And when you think about the amount of money that's in your freezer right now, this is so worth the price of admission. But that price goes up at the end of the day. The 5 easy payments that we have, that goes away at the end of the day. If you're looking at the one with the solar panel, it's $1,599. But if it goes up to our QVC price, that's $1,848. You have $248 off. But we can't even
This
put
is the solar
a
panel
price on this.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yep, you can't. You keep it on the trolley. I keep it in my closet, and then the power goes out, and you're like, oh no, I'm going to lose all of this food. And food is expensive now.
Well, we just had those beautiful
Right.
Rastelli burgers in the last show. You don't want them to go bad. You just bought them.
Or a freezer full, which we have. You invest maybe, in all of that. So all you do is you get your fridge, you get the plug there, you plug it into one of your 6 outlets, as I mentioned, and then I'll go back over here so you can see that, voila, now I know.
Wow.
I can keep all this cool. The power is going to go back on shortly in most cases. But if it doesn't, the reason to get that solar panel is you can keep regenerating the power station with the sun. It's free.
Right.
And if you keep this connected, it could just be a pass-through. You can use the sun to power everything, and this can stay at 100%.
And how long, if we get it home and we want to charge it up with solar, how long does that take?
So with solar, it takes 5 hours to charge it up. But if you charge it up via the wall, once you get it, that's what you want to do, get it fully charged, only 2 hours. And that's the beauty of that LifePo 4 battery. And it also has something in it that gas generators don't. It's called sine wave technology.
All right, I love
Sounds
it.
kind of fancy, but it's built for modern technology like phones and iPads and your laptops. And it's a regulated current so that you don't fry your items. And we're plugging in all these really
a lot of expensive items.
Expensive things.
So, I mean, I drive home very late at night, and I know there's been so many times before we got our generator where I would be driving home and I would see all the lights would be up and all the street lights would be out, and the and I'm driving home and I'm like, oh no. And I remember when we first got the ability to plug things in and have them working when there is no power out there, it was such a joy to see a warm golden glow from my house, knowing that we had a light on and we could do things, or a fan on to keep cool when it's really, really,
Everyone wants
really
to come to your house
out.
now when you got the Pongo
Not
power
invited,
station.
tough beans.
And here you're just showing the animation. You have those 6 grounded AC plugs, 12 things plugged in together at the same time. Oh, and Jane, I didn't mention 2-year warranty, which you never see. And yeah, we just show after the video here how easy it is to trolley that around. It is 48 pounds, but with the hand truck, super easy to
so simple.
Just bring. Keep it in my front closet of my house. It's ready to go. And the solar panel all folded up like this is just under 13 pounds. Also really easy, because we're talking about power outages. We're talking about
we have
weather.
updates, Lori. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt, only because the price is going up at the end of the day. It's been so popular. We're not going to see this low price. We're not going to see the easy pay of 5 easy payments anymore. And if you wanted this navy blue, we're down to only one choice, and that's the without the solar panel. So the other one is sold out completely. Just to remind you what is left, if you wanted the silver, we have that in both. Was that around 100 each, I believe, Alan? Okay, so we have about 100 left. but we've sold a ton of these already.
Well,
and then over here with Lori and yours truly, we have the black. This is basically like your last chance at this price. And honestly, if it goes up in price at the end of the day and you still want to buy it, fine. But why? Because on the solar panel, you're saving over $248.
And that's a 120-watt solar panel, which is also the most powerful. You'll see on the QVC.com. This is about being prepared, being proactive. When the power goes out,
and
this is my peace of mind. This is your peace of mind, right?
And
we don't have to worry. We can still have our coffee.
Right.
We can still keep those, groceries cold, keep the kids happy with a TV, with, whatever
or go
electronics.
to work. Like I have a lot of really, we all do have a lot of really important meetings that we have to go to. And one day it was a bright sunny day. This was not that long ago. There was not a cloud in the sky. It was beautiful. And all of a sudden, and you knew all the power was out in the house. Yeah. And I have this big important meeting and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna have to get in the car and do it from my phone and drive to work? This is here for you. But if you know someone that needs this, a family member, it is such a gift of love. This is not a splurge. This is not something you think, oh, that would be nice to have. It's something that every single house should have. And I think when we were all home in our homes, we know that units like this were not in stock anywhere. And that's why with Pongo, we decided to say, okay, this is the time of year. Everybody should get it. Right. We have a great easy pay plan, but if you get a Q card, you could bring this home for less than $3 a day. We talked about that with the Keurig coffee maker. Yes. Make your coffee at home and bring this into your home.
And this is exclusive to QVC.
Plug the Keurig into it and make your coffee, right?
You're not going to find this 2200 watt with all the bells and whistles.
Do you want to take a tour for us again?
Yeah, let's take it up here. This is the compartment for all your cords. So you don't have to worry, where did I put that last? I love that. Then if you turn it to the side here, we have our 6 grounded plugs, AC plugs, so you can do your refrigerator. I have a lamp here, maybe a fan, anything you need, and you can change it up. Then on the front, you have your easy to read panel that gives you the number of hours of power you have left. It gives you the percentage, and then as you start plugging things in, you'll see that watt drawing on it, so you see how much you're using. Then remember, you said the first thing you're worried about when power goes out, I need light, right? I need some light. So here we go. We've got that flashing light, the steady light, and the SOS light all ready to go. We've got some other DC cigarette lighter plugs there as well, because people use these for outdoor activities. Right.
Well, that's just it. I mean, it could be the best tailgating in the whole wide world, right?
With this, it could be. Yes.
You mentioned camping, and it's on the hand truck. I mean, it's so funny. Before a big game, when they take the local news there and they start interviewing people, it is like major tailgating. And if you have an RV or you love to camp, it's just a necessity. Yeah. But all of us should have it in our home. And that's why we just wanted to let you know this is the last chance moment. The price goes up at the end of this day. In half an hour, I'm bringing you into an hour of Tarte where we're continuing the most amazing values I think I've seen in Tarte ever. But we want you to do it now. Yeah. We have 400 left. That's between the 2 choices, either plug it into the wall or use the power of the sun to keep it going, even if there is no power in your home. And amongst all 3 colors, but the blue, the navy blue is almost gone.
Yes, and we could have trolley races with these. That's
we could.
That's how easy it is to get around. And let's just, review one more time, because I think one of the most salient things for me, and maybe because I'm obsessed with food, I don't know, I'm married to a chef, we love food. Right. And so, the first thing I'm thinking about.
You just unplugged the refrigerator.
I just unplugged it.
This is
what you're staring down after a power outage, a storm, a hurricane, or for whatever reason, everyone's hungry, but you're afraid to even open the fridge because you don't want to let.
And you know what? What's in the freezer? That's where the expensive,
that good ice cream you have,
or lobster tails, right? Or crab cakes, or Rastellis. I mean, that's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
And all you have to do, it's so easy. You just plug it in there, and you'll see, the easy display. It's going to recalculate what it's drawing now for the refrigerator, and then you'll know right away.
Lights on.
Lights on.
So can you give us, my producer, I think, is thinking of buying this, so he wanted to know approximately how long will it keep that refrigerator running?
14 hours for the refrigerator, a tower fan 40 hours, a CPAP 4 evenings, and then 145 hours for an iPhone. Wow. So there's a lot of power in here.
That's
and again, that LifePo 4 battery, which is the leading edge right now, it lasts 2 times more. It's safer, charges in 2 hours via the wall or 5 hours via the sun. Some of the other units you'll see, it'll be 10 hours to charge it.
Now, Alan, you weren't listening, my love. Alan said, can I keep using it while it's charging? No. So if the power's out in your home, I'm like literally, I'm selling this to Alan, my producer right now. So if the power goes out in your home, yeah, you can actually